Fighter Share. I am here with the pleasure of interviewing Mr. Martin Brown.
Martin Brown.
Thank you for coming, man.
Well, I'm glad to be here.
He is an MMA fighter extraordinaire from Vicksburg, Mississippi.
Just a little bit.
Living in Tampa, Florida, training in Tampa, Florida, willing to fight anywhere.
Anytime.
Man, how did you get into MMA? Because it wasn't too many of us in MMA.
Well, let me see. It was a couple of people who I was watching. John Hollywood Harris.
Okay.
And John Dixon. Well, they was the first few black people I had ever seen in the sport. I didn't even think black people do it. I was the only black dot. By the time I joined, I was the only black dot in the gym. You mentioned it earlier, so.
Well, see, that leads to my next question. What kind of obstacles did you see, visible and invisible, when you got into the sport?
You know, I hope nobody gets mad, but I'm gonna tell the truth.
Tell it. That's another segment.
You know, when I started, it wasn't like people was just blatantly mean to me, but people were, like, they would be working on techniques and they didn't really care if I understood the technique or not. You know, they'd work amongst each other and not with me. And it wasn't until I started winning that I noticed that people started putting more into me. You know, I started getting belts, and then it's like, oh, we got the belt instead of he got the belt.
Okay.
You know, it usually tends to be that way. You know, y'all got a crime rate, but we all at war.
Yeah.
You know.
So what was the first belt you won?
Psych Out. 155 belt. I knocked Tim Moore on his ass. My first belt.
Okay. All right.
They were pretty upset about that. If I could find the video of how it ended, I mean, when the fight started, I walk up to him. It's a fight, right? I didn't want to shake his hand. He flips me off. They said I was so disrespectful, but the middle finger isn't disrespectful.
No, because it was a response.
Yeah, the middle finger from him isn't disrespectful, but the fact that I didn't want to shake his hand or didn't want to dap him up, that's disrespectful. But those are the things I faced in Mississippi. You know, now I'm welcome amongst those people, though.
Because of the work you put in.
Yeah, I put a lot of work in. I did my best to put the state, my city on the map. But then what's the guy? Malcolm Butler, the guy who won the Super Bowl. You know, he's from Vicksburg, too.
Yes.
Yeah, he kind of, he definitely put Vicksburg on the map.
But that's okay. You helped lay the groundwork for that.
I tried.
Now, I've seen your fights on YouTube. I have not yet gotten to see you fight in person, but I know that's coming.
It's coming soon. I'm not going to leak it out, but it's coming real soon.
Now that you're entering into another season in your career, the maturity is catching up with the talent.
Yes, sir.
Are you still going to be as methodical as you were in the past? With the way you deliver punches? Like I said this before, you'll punch somebody in the first round, and then it looks like you could take him out. But then again, you wait and you keep moving and working until it seems like a better opportunity in round 3.
I like to cook people. I want you to never want to fight me again. But I think I actually got some new stuff that I can't wait to show off. I have a lot more confidence. You know, that's what we've been working on. If you paid attention to some of our local fighters, Dave Mundell just won a fight Saturday for the RC. And that's been the biggest thing we've been pushing in our gym is confidence. I wanted to look like this guy is not on your level. So these next few fights that I'm about to do, I swear I can't wait to show the crowd.
But that's what we're going to get into, because you were a Bellator fighter.
Yeah.
You honored your contract, finished your contract.
Finish them all off.
Before we go into the future, tell us why you're no longer a Bellator fighter, if you can get into that.
Oh, I think I can. There were a couple of things. I had my last fight and I had shoulder surgery. So within that time of the recuperation and rehab, and you have to be cleared, Bellator was undergoing a change in management, and Scott Coker was the new CEO. So I mean, they were pushing Bellator in a certain direction that I don't even really know what's going on myself, you know. But me being out of Bellator, it didn't have anything to do with me losing my fights or anything like that. I won all my fights. I actually never had any problems with them. They've always been polite, always treated me with respect. Money was good, you know. Everything worked out well. It's just the thing with me was I wanted to stay a little more active, and I've been off the scene for so long. Maybe I lost my buzz. I don't know. I mean, my people in my area still love me, but I mean, the people in the world, they don't know me, you know. And I wanted to hurry up and get back out there. And they had a lot of things going on. The Dada 5000 fight, which you so graciously mentioned earlier. You know, those fights were being promoted. The kid Jordan Pearson, I think, Jordan Parson. I mean, Daniel Strauss, all those guys were being promoted at that time, and you know, I guess they were like stacked as far as people with contracts. So you know, that's a good thing for them. But I was like, man, I need to stay active, you know.
So now you're moving on to another promotion.
Oh yeah, and I want to leak it out, but I'm gonna say
we'll keep it under wraps. We want to bring you back for another interview.
Oh yeah.
So we want you all to come back. This is Martin Brown. Now we have a couple nicknames for you. Are we still going with Smash?
Oh, it means whatever you want to call me.
This is
you know what they say. They say you don't give yourself a name. You let the people give you a name. So I mean, they started calling me Smash because I was in Mississippi doing you know what.
Smash.
I was whooping that ass.
Yeah.
And you know, now, I mean, I try to be a little bit more of an activist. You know, I really care about the well-being of my people. So
how can we follow you on Facebook?
You just look up Martin Brown.
Martin Brown.
Easy breezy, pretty simple.
You'll see his picture.
It's sexy too, man.
I'm not going there, but follow Martin Brown on Facebook. Stay tuned because we definitely want to bring him back when we can discuss his future moves.
Oh yeah.
Fighter Share, we love you. We will see you. Thank you, Mr. Brown.
Glad to be here.